Wow, look what's on the workbench today. It's Liann's Family House by Lego Friends. This is set number 42687, contains 946 pieces, retails for $69.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And upon first impressions, this looks like one fun, colorful build, much like that restaurant we built. So, here's the house, and boy, who wants to go skateboarding? That looks fun. We get some roller blades and a skateboard. We also got named critters and dolls in this one here. So we got Popcorn, Bubbles, Nova, Liann, Michelle, and Paisley. Isn't that cool? Yeah, looks like we're going to have a lot of fun here. And yeah, not too bad at all. Here's the top here. Looks like we get a lot of accessories. Now I wonder if a lot of this stuff is going to be stickered or is it printed? I'm hoping it's all printed. This will make this a really high-end set, but, well, I can only wish and hope. So that we get to play in the interior, so we've got an interior view of the house. And yes, looks like you can change this out and make your own design and stuff. And this looks really fun. This is catching my interest real quick. All right, let's crack this open and see the fun. I'm ready to go skateboarding, aren't you? And yes, I did plenty of that when I was younger. Not anymore because I'm afraid I'm going to break something. That's pretty much flat land for me. Yeah, this one's packed okay. Anything loose in the box, or is that it? Wow, Lego, we actually packaged everything. That's unusual. Usually you kind of get sloppy with this. Okay, so... Ooh, that's a nice piece for a quarter pipe or a ramp. You also get some 8x16 plates. Now, these weren't floating at the bottom of the box, so that's always good. Pretty pleased there. And number bags. Well, let's see how many bags we get in this set. I do this not only for my notes, but for your entertainment. Some people want to know how many bags there are in these. At least it's got a line under the 6, so we know exactly which one that is. Looks like we got, let's see. That's the most important one. Okay, it looks like we have 8 numbered bags. Boy, this is going to be a fun one. I want to build this one. And then now we got to open this up, see what's in here. These are always good to store my building guides. Not as good as the hard-covered ones, but... Oh no, I already see trouble already. Oh. Well, if that's all there is, then I think I can survive that there. Not too bad. Well, let me hold it up the right way for you. This is supposed to be a complete unboxing, so I got to show you everything. Everything. I can't leave anything out here. Nothing else in the envelope. And from what I can tell here, oh no, there's more stickers. Oh, Lego, are we really sticking sticker books in here now? Okay, so that's the next set of stickers. Alright, is there anything else buried in here? We may not know. But it looks like to me, this is a collaborative build. That means it looks like up to 3 people can build this set, and when we're done we can plug all our parts together. That's even better. Now, does it come with a brick separator? Because some people ask me about that, and I'm not too sure if it does. But we'll find out here. Oh, yes, indeed it does. Well, so far the set's a good 10. We haven't ran across anything. The stickers might bring this one down a bit. It's a little kind of excessive for this. But we do get 3 printed building guides, 2 sets of stickers, and I'm doing that for my own audio cue there, so I can write that down. And we got 3 printed building guides, 8 bags of bricks, 1 miscellaneous bag. Not too bad at all. So how I'm thinking of breaking this set down. There's there's 8 bags. I could do 2 bags in each installment, which this pretty much tells us what bags are involved in each book. But when it comes to booklet 2, I don't want to just cut off on 3 and 4. Okay, because I'd rather just finish this up. So I think what I'm going to do here today, in this installment, today is the 5th of January 2026, is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to be inclined to just break this down. I was going to do it in 4s, but I think I'm going to break this one down into 3s today. Okay. And that's pretty much where I'm going with this. And we're going to cover everything in the set. I'm going to try to cover everything. These not be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just meant as my own notes. But you are more than welcome to build along if you choose. Build with a friend if you want. And yes, today I'll be that friend if you don't have anybody to help build with you. Now, the only thing I'm kind of dissatisfied with is we got 2 sets of stickers, but the set looks like it had a lot more graphics, so we might have a hybrid there where it's a little bit of everything and this miscellaneous bag. So, I think we're going to be in for a really fun treat today. This one's going to look really fun. Really fun indeed. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it with bag 1. Yeah, we're going to need this ramp right away, so we'll do that. So it looks like today we're just going to be focusing on accessories. Now, just as a mental note for myself, I may have to split memory cards. I was hoping to divide this up into 4 sections, but I think I want to keep this one mostly targeted in book form, in building guide form, and then kind of see at the very end here. Hey, so far I haven't seen any small parts. That's even better. A couple of skateboard decks, and I have a feeling these will get stickered because they show graphics on the thing. Who wants to go skateboarding? It's like in the 60s right now outside. That sounds like a lot of fun. Ooh, until I saw that and I see some technical. That's not going to be fun. We're going to have to get our brain and hands at work out here today. Look who we got here. It's Liann Nova. Oh boy, I can't wait to put this one together. I'm going to have a lot of fun, huh? And for those who don't know, yes, I like doing the friend sets. They're fun. They're different. It's something to do other than just sitting around the house, moping, being depressed, and all that stuff. So, plus I got to do them because they are here for review. But today we're not here for review. We're here to build. Let's build it, huh? That's why I call it that. Making sure I got the right head. No, I don't. Yeah, I gotta be careful. These, they could have had these grouped in different bags, because Liann's a lighter color than Nova. So we'll take a look at them here in a second, close up. Don't roll your head around, Nova. It's nothing to lose your head over about. I mean, who doesn't like these unless you're just like, oh, I don't want guys to know I'm building this. Well, I'm already out there now. I'm out of the closet on that. So I like building friend sets. It's just fun and you can put some commentary with them. All right, so now we have, let me put these here. We got Liann Nova. Pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, if more guys get into the friend sets, maybe the theme wouldn't be so popular. We don't know yet. Okay, so now we got to put the skateboards together, and yeah, we're already diving right on into stickers. So, let's just put the stickers on both skateboards first. So we're looking for stickers number 1, which are these. And yeah, I kind of wish these were printed on, but they're not. So I mean, come on, us kids back in the 80s, we used to put the sticker stuff. No, I used to have a lot of, you know, that grip tape they use for the deck? I used to have a whole bunch of that in different colors when I was a kid. And I would use my dad's razor knife, and I would just cut patterns out on the, using a steel ruler. And yes, these are going to be a little challenging to put on. And then we got to put sticker number 12. Oh, that's 12 right there. There's 11 and 12. All right. I'm going to say right now, we just started, and I'm being dinged with stickers right away in these skateboards. Before anybody says it's a skill issue, I'm not good at putting stickers on. And when they go on crooked like that and I can't peel them back off, I'm sorry guys, I got to ding it down to a 9. I shouldn't have to fight stickers right away. I think after I did that restaurant build, that one kind of jinxed it, because the city sets I did not run across any stickers. But once they're down there, if I fight to take those off, we're going to have some difficulties, and I'm not in the mood to say some pretty colorful language today. So I'll keep it Smurfy here and not say anything. We'll take a look at this in a second here. So that's probably the only downside I'd have to say with this set, is the abundance amount of stickers already. The restaurant wasn't too bad. That had a lot of parts, a lot of pieces compared to this one, but this one's just got, it's just stickers. It's just stickers so far. And honestly, and I'm just going to be blunt honest with you, if you cannot get your stickers on straight, you're not the only one. But I mean, if those were printed out, it'd look cool. But I'm going to be honest, the stickers make this set feel cheap. It really does. Most people are not going to get those on there correctly. And I don't feel like digging out the hemostats to put those carefully on there and spend 20 minutes per sticker. But you do get helmets with this, which are what these are for right here. Okay. Not too bad. So they don't have to shave their heads totally to get those, but you have to swap off the wigs. So there we got Liann Nova skateboarding. I want to go skateboarding. I wish I was a lot younger to do that, but no, it's not going to happen now. Okay, now it looks like we're working on the quarter pipe. And yeah, let's get going here. Make sure we are in the right place here, because I want you to see everything that I see, and I see that what you see. We all scream for ice cream, right? Oh, these come in that color. Okay. Be great for mosaic floors. Oh, we get rollerblades. Those are keepers right there. This is like a skater's paradise. It's just the colors are going to be a little different, but, you know, hey, what the heck? You know, let's have a little fun with this one. But, you know, friend sets like this, these are always a treat to put together. It's something different than the usual police station or ambulance builds, or an airport or something like that. I'd rather do this, in all fairness. These are always fun to put together. And yeah, you're going to have to put some Technic together too. Isn't that cool? Yeah, got to put some Technic on that. Like, I always enjoy the friend sets. They're just, I don't know, it's just because I could do commentary with them. I mean, besides, who doesn't like skateboarder gals? You know what? I'm going to be inclined to put this right in the middle here. And put the flange right in the middle there. And that's it. I bet this is going to be modular. I'm hoping this is a collaborative build, because I've already dinged a little bit off for stickers already, and I don't, like I said, I don't like to fail things if I can avoid it. So this one's a collaborative build, which it looks like it is. we are in for a very fun treat. Very fun indeed. Very, very fun. We're going to be in it for the long haul. I'm going to try to film half of this today and the other half tomorrow. It depends. Okay, because I know I'm going to have to do the tour on this one and stuff. But I see a lot of interesting parts in here that we could use for this. Let me tip this down a little bit more for you here. Well, not that far down, Jay. Much better, huh? Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let me start kind of gathering my thoughts here. Let's get going. So it just looks like everything is going to be very well built. Telephone receiver. Maybe we're going to use that to make a phone call, huh? Call ET, phone home, because of all the pastel colors in this. Oh no, that's used for the guys who don't like friend sets. So pick up the phone and go, hey, I need to get out of here. This set's just too friendly for me. Can you come pick me up? I need to go home. Jaystifer wants to do this more than me. There we go. I like that. Okay, I'm hearing that rub, and that's getting irritating. Like I had one of those bags rub up against the wall, and it just... hearing that squeaking noise kind of gets on my nerves. At least this didn't get stickers, and it looks like this fits right in this notch right here. I like these. I'd like to get more of them in bright colors. They just would be fun to build a skate park with them. And for those who don't know, yes, I used to do skateboarding stuff. I was one of those guys with the baggy cargos and the curtains and all that stuff, carrying my surfboard. Well, I did, but surfboard and skateboard around. I did do rollerblading, but it wasn't like, you know, it was cool for what it was. If your friends were rollerblading, you did it too, but it was kind of more or less like, I just did it because it looked cool and that was it, but the skateboard, I wasn't physically attached to it. And then you can just hop off your board and just walk in, versus rollerblades, you actually had to carry your shoes with you. Yeah, that was not user-friendly. Not too bad at all. And yeah, I think we're going to be in for a treat. I've been wanting to do this one. I just didn't want to do the stickers. There we go. And I bet that's used there to tuck these wheels like that. That's probably what that's for. So now I don't do skateboarding anymore. If I do, it's just on flat land. I don't do any tricks because I don't want to wrap myself around a light pole or worse, break something that's going to cost a lot of money to repair. That's why I don't do it anymore. Yes, I kind of avoid that. You get older, you know, your body's not as flexible anymore, and you have to try to avoid obstacles that may hurt you or bite you or worse. And we need sticker number 2 to make a boombox. Lego, we have one of these boomboxes already made. Why do we need to make one for? I think this one here, they were kind of cheapening out on the build. I mean, we're still using cassette players, huh? These kids are retro. Hey, at least it's not one of those annoying Bluetooth speakers everybody blares out. If you've ever seen those things kind of get annoying. They also got a paint roller here. It could be cotton candy. Well, at least this one rolls. Remember using it to paint this. It just sits here. I mean, who skateboards with a paint roller? Well, we don't know. We'll find out eventually what's going on here. Okay, now it looks like we're turning our attention to another part of the build. Oh yeah, we get some 1x5s. That's always cool. These are good for like making odd number vehicle sizes and such. I did read a comment. One of you said that you like where I talk about the parts in a set, what their uses for them, what Lego intends them. I don't mind doing those too. Because sometimes, you know, some of us, we want to get inspired to use these pieces for other creations other than just what they're intended for. Like this, you know, kids usually use spray paint to vandalize things. We're using gallons of paint. We're using a paint can. So, I don't know. Now it looks like we're turning our attention to the rail, and these are silver metallic. I need these, because I always had to use gray before, but now they are here. Except we need to get this here. This is not silver metallic, but oh, who really cares, huh? There we go. And then this goofy thing. And then after that, I gotta make a couple of these. This is like a handrail. We gotta do those rail slides, right? I've only done maybe 2 successful rail slides. I was never that good with them. I knew a buddy of mine who did one, and he landed on his crotch, and boy, he was in pain for a couple of days, if not a week. When I saw that, I thought, oh, I don't think I want to do that anymore, so I never did. That's what that looks like right there on the side. The big side goes here. Okay. So at least we're kind of matching it from here. You think that would have been over here. But of course it's used for the skateboard to go down. And then we have a box here with rollerblades. So maybe it's a brand new pair of rollerblades the kids didn't try on. I'm sorry, Lego, make these in other colors. I mean, this color is cool, but honestly, I want more rollerblades. I mean, we could use those for a city scene and just have the kids rollerblade everywhere. That's always a fun thing to do. And this right here is what we have left for bag 1. So bag 1 just basically does the base of the quarter pipe and accessories, and that's what we have remaining. Okay, I think we're going to wrap up with bag 2. We've already been into this video now for about 20 minutes or so. And I wonder how much more stickers, but I can't get the part down there at the bottom. And while I'm doing this, thank you everyone for taking the time to being donors on my main channel as well as Patreon. That's always a big help. In addition, oh, I see some goodies there. In addition to everyone who takes a look at my rubrical profile and downloads building guide, that's always a big help. And most importantly, thank you to my subscribers on this channel, people who take the time to like, comment, subscribe, start up a conversation, ask questions, even the constructive criticism. Hey, everything helps. Okay, everything. And if you haven't already tell by the look of, well, there's no look on my face here, those are printed. I was hoping those would be printed because that'd make great artwork for builds. We're going to save those for later because they're going to go on that. Okay. So it looks like right now we're going to be building a tree. Okay. Yeah, so we'll set these over here. Those I could use. I mean, oh Jay, if you need those tiles, you know, what are you going to do? Well, I already got plenty of those in other colors, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, see, these have rounded corners on one side, and this side here is square. I'm going to line those up because I'll go OCD, and I don't want to mess with that too much, so we're going to do just that. And my voice is already cracking again, so you know what that means. Yep, going to have to clear my throat again. Had a bunch of sugary stuff before this, so yeah. But we'll wait till we get this part here done, because I'm sure I can survive probably another 20 hours of this. So today I will be letting you folks out a little early. But I'm going to do half of this today. Half. I'm not going to do the whole I might do the whole thing. I don't know yet. But this one so far is keeping my interest. That's good, because if I don't want to put the set down, then Lego has done their job, right? Well, I'd say this is probably a tree. It's obviously not a flagpole or anything. We get these new leaf pieces here. All right. I'm trying to find all the parts I need to put this together. That's why sometimes you noticed I'm kind of just sorting things out. If you ever get like me and you're stuck on things, just sort some stuff out. If it's too many pieces, just sort it out. Okay, something like that. Probably not going to be perfect, of course. Yeah, my battery on this thing is dead. I got to get it charged. I've been using the camera mostly for deleting files, and I think I may have left it on one time, and yeah, that was not much of a help. Need another brown one. Be careful, you got brown and black here. So just kind of keep focusing on just the brown here. But, okay, it's dark brown. You get a dark brown nose cone. And then this goes right here like that. Okay. And then this goofy thing goes right here, right on that stem right there. Okay. Pop that down in there. So now we have that in there. And these with this, I don't have to worry about that coming apart very easily. Okay, now we're getting ready to put all the printed tiles on here. Oh boy, and I'll have to show these. Oh, these are really nice. I mean, they're kind of girly, but, you know, hey, I'll take those any day over some stickered parts. I wish these were more like regular graffiti style. So that's what the paint can was for. And like these, you know what, hold on. Oh, they don't line up. Those would have made a good piece for a comforter for a quilt or something. They don't, so you'd have to put some dividers in there. I just wanted to see how they behaved. Making sure I line everything up here. And yeah, I mean, who doesn't like printed stuff? You know, it's always a plus for me here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Sorry if there's a little bit of glare. I can't prevent that. So the Friends dolls didn't vandalize this. They just, I mean, with stickers, they actually just painted this on here. If this whole set was printed, this would have been an easy 10, because I was interested until I saw the stickers. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can look past them. I know some people say, why put them on? I have to do it for the review. But like this doesn't, this feels very, very high end. Alright, so the stars, making sure I do this correctly here. Does it matter? Not really. I wish those were like Pokemon or something on there, some identifiable characters. But we can only wish, right? And that's what this is right here. Isn't that cool? It's all printed. I thought those were stickers. Oh, I see. So this notch here holds it in the back. I thought that was for the skateboard wheels. So this essentially just looks like a backdrop. Okay, that's not bad at all. It's pretty cool. Okay, now we're moving our attention to the leaves of the tree. And we got to make 3 of these. So I'm going to start doing these now. And yes, I'm going to be... Lego's already providing a lot of these in here for me, so I don't need to go out and order them. I don't know if I'd use these for anything. But, you know, with it being foliage, these would also work good for pieces dripping down the side of a rock. Like a rock face, like maybe a waterfall. You know that fish pond I built? Or that backcountry camping thing? Yes, these would have worked. Like just moss. Or just maybe ferns dripping down from the side of a very heavily damp, saturated rock face or cliff. And yeah, I'm not, you know, if you're ever up in Northern California and you go to Fern Canyon, yeah, you'll see a bunch of those just dripping down off, or just kind of just lounging around off the side of the canyon walls. And just need to get these in other colors would be better, but they got a nice texture to them. Oops. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Yeah, that's a nice piece. And then we got to stick these on these little tubes here. So, I mean, they're not built... This thing is not built cheap. It's not built... This is flimsy here, but it's never going to be like rock solid, you know. That's just how it is. They have this going like that, so we'll rotate that here. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you cannot, so we'll zoom that out for you here, because I'm right at the edge of the workbench, and I don't need to have any catastrophic accidents here, aka something falling off, and then I've got to clean it up. So there's your leaves. Just that alone would make a nice little tree just the way it is. Okay, now it looks like we're turning our attention to a street lamp or a lamppost. This right here could be used for Lego City builds. I'm always looking for new styles of street lamps. I don't have a city for myself, but I know a lot of my builders do. And lease sets like this, they do offer inspiration to, well, build your own. Okay? You don't have to buy those fancy lampposts. Just make your own. I mean, we already got it kind of fluted on the sides. You know, not too bad at all. Now I just got to find a way to put some LEDs in there, huh? And then I need some of these in black. Okay, I see what we're doing here. Like that. I mean, so far I'm pretty happy with this set. I'm not disappointed. The stickers are kind of a letdown a little bit, but as far as for the main build so far, it's not bad. You could tell that this was so far been built with care. It doesn't feel like somebody just tacked something in. It doesn't feel amateurish or anything like that. This feels really good. I mean, I'm not bored of it. Not yet, anyways. Okay, we got these in yellow. Cool. I've seen them in blue, maybe red, but yellow. So if you're looking for a new way to do... Let me just make these first here. If you're looking for a new way to do some street lamps for your city... Here you go. I mean, it's all about new ideas, right? Sometimes you may... I don't even have a lot of these myself, but if you're looking for something unique, or you just have spare parts, there you go. And like I said, I read the comments. Some of you like where I talk about what other uses could you use these for. Like in my neighborhood, we have a bunch of these type of lamps in it. We don't have the traditional street lamps. You know, I forgot to put that on the top. Oh yeah, watch the video all the way through. I may miss a part. I mean, just that alone looks good. Looks really good. Okay. And then this gets plugged into here. Just have to wiggle and jiggle that in. Got a street lamp. That looks really good. I like that. That's a really nice idea. And this street lamp goes right next to the skateboard, the half pipe. Just rotate that to center that up. I think we are good there. This alone would have made a great set. This right here would have been perfect, like a 1999 build. And that's it. Looks like we're having a lot of fun there. We're missing something, and this thing obviously plugs into this. So I'm going to say right now, well, only one person can build this, but I have a feeling more can. I can keep going here, or save that for the next part of the build. And that's what we have remaining for bag 2. Summation of thoughts. Well, so far I'm pretty pleased with the set. Stickers, the skateboards were probably the only thing. I'm hoping the stickers don't get any worse than that. But other than the sticker books, you're getting a nice build. You got a brick separator with the set. Sometimes I think Lego just jinxes their own builds. And yeah, I'll have to set this up for a thumbnail. But I'm pretty pleased with this model so far. It's not bad. It's keeping my interest. I really want to build this one because it's got the skateboarding stuff, but this one just looks fun all around here. And yeah, I'm just getting everything set up because I will be filming another installment here after I have myself a snack. But I think we are in for a treat, and I think that this one here... No slouching. You're looking at the skateboard. Look out in the void. And I think it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a gal. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this. You really are. You're not. This one's not boring, and it's not that bad. And we just finished up booklet 1, so I'm gonna keep everything in building guide form. But tell me what you think. So far, it's bright and colorful. It's keeping my interest.